TFL EV is brought to you by Flow Charger, maker of reliable, high-quality charging stations for your electric vehicle. Hey, Andre, we've had the Hummer EV now for about 6 months, and we've put on just over 4,000 miles.
Yep.
And I'm going to make a bold and unequivocal statement.
Oh, what's that?
This is the best electric vehicle you can buy, full stop.
Really?
Yeah, really.
That's what you think?
Yeah, and I'm going to prove it to you in this video. Hey, Andre, with real estate, there's a saying, it's always about location, location, location. The same holds true with electric vehicles. It's about range, 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 and charging, charging, charging. And this Hummer EV has the biggest battery of any vehicle that's electric out there, 212 kilowatt hours. Plus, it charges with its 800-volt architecture at over 350 kilowatts, which makes it the GOAT of electric vehicles.
Roman, but there's also Spider-Man who has a saying, with big power comes big responsibility. And it's true right here, because do you see this section down below? The reason why it's this thick, this is where the battery is hiding. It's humongous in size, and it also weighs over 3,000 pounds. It weighs more than a Honda Civic. And yes, at the fast level 3 charger, the charge speeds are really, really great. But if you plug this in at home, even on a level 2 charger, like your laundry circuit, 240 volts, it can take like a day to charge.
Now, of course, Andre, there are other electric trucks out there. There's the Rivian, there's the Ford Lightning, but none of them can do this. Look at that, dude. It's a convertible.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, and it's a glass convertible. How cool is that? And not only is it a convertible, let me show you something else.
Yeah?
You can actually store those 4 panels in the frunk. So when you want to let this beautiful sunshine in, Andre, you can do it very simply by taking the roof off. Come on, open up. There it goes. And storing it in your frunk. How cool is that, Andre?
Oh yeah, there are the bags. And also, dude, this is quite light.
Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed by this.
Yeah, come on. A convertible truck, come on.
Roman, I agree with you. The removable top is awesome. You can let the wind run through your hair and enjoy the environment in this truck. But it's also one of the most expensive vehicles or pickup trucks you can buy, because the base price on this Edition 1 Hummer was around $112,000. Then we added a couple of accessories like the extra pod lights, and it didn't even come with a spare tire, so we got that too. Then we upgraded wheels and tires. This is basically $125,000 the way it sits here.
$125,000, Andre, that is a bargain when you consider everything you get. First and foremost, air suspension and a truck that is upgradable from the factory to 37s. Now, here's the party trick. 1,000 horsepower, which will do 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds. Let me repeat that, 1,000 horsepower. Plus back here, you get rear wheel steering that can be either out of phase or in phase. Plus, you get a bed for hauling stuff, 7,500 pounds of towing, and last time I checked, a Mercedes-Benz EQS, which costs a lot more, and a Lucid, which costs about $160,000, does barely any of that. So to me, $125,000 for a truck that can go on-road, off-road, bargain.
Roman, there is another number you forgot about. It has 3 windshield wipers. I think that's a really cool feature that only concept trucks and the FJ Cruiser had. But this video is also about living with the truck, right? We've had it almost 6 months, about 4,000 miles, like you said. Let's drive it and figure out what it's like to live with. I gotta say, dude, I love 4-wheel steering. It's a big truck, right? It's a big vehicle, but the 4-wheel steer shrinks it down. You can make any turn, even at Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, it is a game changer when you're parking. It's a game changer when you're off-roading, and it's just such cool technology. I'm not sure about crabwalk. I mean, we've done it. It seems more of a party trick. I've never actually figured out an on-road or off-road use for it, but it is kind of cool.
Yeah,
the best time I've actually had with crabwalk was, we can turn it on. Here, let's engage crabwalk if I remember how to do this. Yeah, hit that button. Get the little crab over here. Yeah, you gotta go.
Where's the crab?
Gotta hold it. Hold it. There's a crab. You gotta get that little thing spinning.
Bam!
There's a crab. Really, the coolest part of crab walking is the fact that you can show off to your friends.
I think so too. I think
Does
when
this
you
feel weird? Look at that. As you're going forward and sideways at the same time.
Yeah, dude, I think it's a great party trick because, when you invite people to your house or any location, you can just show it off. That's what this vehicle is about. Crab walk, schmack walk. Roman, look, this is the only vehicle, I think, on the market right now that can mark its territory by clearing its under camera with fluid.
You're saying it's got a camera underneath and you can squirt it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, it works for off-roading and it works in any condition, actually.
Andre, this is almost like a movie car. It's the kind of car that the Batman would drive when his Batmobile's in the shop getting its oil changed or whatever fluid they put in that thing, right?
I would agree. I think Batman would be really happy with this.
But it's not all perfect. There are issues, as we found out. Road tripping it and taking it off-road can be a little tricky.
Well, yeah, so first thing I noticed, we talked about the roof, right? And at higher speeds, there's a little bit of noise coming in, from the front of wind noise.
Yeah, these A-pillars are really way too loud because of the square design of the vehicle. Can you hear this? That's not the HVAC system. That's the wind rushing across the A-pillar. Then you run into the problem that you're running with all electric vehicles, which is you've got a car that you're road tripping with a giant battery, so you need to find the biggest chargers, which are far and few in between. And then even if you do find the biggest chargers, and even if they are charging at 350 kilowatts, it takes a long time.
Yeah, but remember, we did a trip from Boulder, Colorado to Moab, Utah, which is our favorite route. And we drove to Grand Junction, we charged while we had dinner, and then we drove some more. And that was natural. I think that was a good trip, dude.
Yeah, that one worked. But then we also did a towing video where it barely towed 100 miles before we needed to be charged.
Yeah, but I want to say this because, we do a lot of towing in TFL truck.
Yeah.
This is a really competent, very stable vehicle because it is heavy and it tows really, really great.
Unfortunately, this number is not great. It says 1.5 miles per kilowatt hour, which has got to be probably the worst efficiency of any electric vehicle out there.
Yeah, it's big and heavy and tall as well. But I got to give this to the Hummer. It's currently estimating 310 miles of range left. And would you agree with me? That's just kind of on the money. If it says 300 miles, you're going to get 300 miles.
Yeah, it definitely will do that. The other thing that is a little bit tricky about it is it's a little delicate. So it's left me stranded twice. Some of the electronics are not quite ready for prime time. And taking it off-road, it's expensive, so you worry about it. And it's heavy, so it tends to not be grand.
Well, it crushes the terrain into submission, basically, instead of hopping over it.
But I would say it's the best off-roader you could buy if you intend never to go seriously off-road. And I know that seems goofy, but it's absolutely true. What I absolutely love about this truck is it gets attention everywhere you go. I mean, there is nothing more exotic. I'm talking Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Lucids, Tesla Model S Plaids, right, that will garner this much attention when you pull up to the local drive-thru.
Yeah, still, I would agree. If you want to be kind of incognito or if you don't want people to look at you, do not get this because people will notice you and they'll smile and wave. Usually, that's what happens to me.
Yeah, and the great thing about this is, and people make fun of this all the time, is as an everyday driver, yes, it uses a lot of power, but it's electric power, so you don't feel like you're polluting because, you're still charging it up at home and you're still getting the electricity, hopefully, from somewhere that's, not burning as many dead dinosaurs as the Ram next to you might be.
That's very true.
So Andre, as much as, we have complained about some things, I do love this truck. Probably it's one of my favorite trucks we've ever owned, even though it's left me stranded. And that's because it's this classic operatic relationship, right? Like when it's good, it's good. When it's not, it's not. But when it's good, it's great. It's such a cool truck that makes no sense. It's a movie vehicle.
Dude, I love accelerating in this truck. It's got so much power. It's got so much presence. But you know, I have one issue with it.
What's that?
We called it a truck. It is a truck, right?
Yeah.
It's got a bed, it tows. But it does neither carry a lot of payload, nor tow a super, super heavy trailer. So is it to be continued? Will Hummer create something else, do you think?
I don't know. I think the Silverado EV is going to be more of the practical vehicle, right?
Yeah.
But look, this has been my chance to spend 6 months living with a movie star, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. I'm going to be really, really sad when it's time for it to go, and it's getting time for it to go.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us, and check out oldtfl.com and tflbids.com, right? Our auction site.